Connor McDavid is 1 assist away from 100 points. The Oilers win 4-2. They are 3 points back of the Vancouver Canucks with a game in hand and a head-to-head matchup still to be played for first place in the Pacific Division. Yes, first place in the Pacific is still in play for the Oilers after their highly entertaining but maybe not quite good-looking 4-2 win over the Calgary Flames tonight. It wasn't pretty, but good teams find a way to win. The second period was pretty rough for Edmonton, but overall, I actually didn't mind the Oilers' game throughout most of the the 60 minutes that they played. Evander Kane took a bad penalty in the second period. It gave the Calgary Flames a lot of momentum, but other than the a 10-minute stretch in the second period, I thought the Oilers on the second half of a back-to-back on the road, they played good enough to win, and they pulled out the win. So let's get into the post-game recap here. First period, same lineup tonight as against the Colorado Avalanche, but Calvin Pickard gets the start. Zary hits the post early. Kane is hit hard entering the zone. Crowd was getting into it with chanting. We had "Let's go Oilers, Oilers suck" chants, which was awesome. The Flames fans tonight and Oilers fans that showed up at the Saddle Dome, you made the broadcast and watching the game quite the experience tonight. So you guys did great out there. Good fourth line shift for the Oilers. Kane and Perry then muck it up after a whistle in the Flames zone. Oilers top line put some pressure on. Hyman shot hits the bar. Flames then had a relentless forecheck. Pickard had to be sharp. Flames power play. Nuge with a terrific kill in the Flames zone. He held the puck in the Flames end, created a couple opportunities, and killed about 45 seconds off the clock just on his own. This was probably Ryan Nugent-Hopkins' best game of the season by far, in my personal opinion. Calgary then hits the post. It was a great kill for Edmonton. They were 1 for 1 at this point. They ended up 4 for 6 on the penalty kill tonight. The power plays, each team were 2 for 6 on the night. Hyman then missed the net on a breakaway. I wrote WTF because just before that, Warren Fogle had a breakaway, and it's like, how did both of you miss going backhand on the breakaway? Kind of funny to watch, but at the same time, it's like we need to convert breakaways. I think in the next practice, Chris Knobloch should just have the guys do shootout practice. So Nuge then with a shorthanded rush. Brown draws a penalty 4-on-4 for a minute 19. Short Oilers power play. Ekholm whistle on a wide open net. Hyman and Markstrom knock each other over, and the crowd is in an uproar. Perry then draws a power play with 1:05 remaining, and Leon Draisaitl scores his 40th goal of the season. Connor McDavid's 98th assist. Makes it 1-0 Edmonton late. At the end of the first period, we have 1-0 Oilers. The shots were 11-8 in favor of Edmonton, and the expected goals were 1.05 to 0.80 in favor of Edmonton. It was a wild and entertaining first period. So moving on into the second period here, Nurse was stopped early. Pickard with a save of his own. Henrique was stopped on a net drive. And then Calvin Pickard made 2 very big saves on Backlund in front of the net. He was looking sharp at that point in the game. And then Connor Brown goes down and scores. He cleans up a rebound in front of Markstrom. Nurse with a good defensive play in his own zone. It led to the odd man rush for the Oilers' fourth line, and it allowed Brown to pot his 4th goal of the season. Connor Brown is heating up. And then Connor Brown was also rewarded in the third period. He was put up in the top 6, and I actually kind of wouldn't mind if he stayed up there. He's been playing very good hockey lately. Sharon Govich then scores 11 seconds into a Flames power play to make it 2-1 for the Oilers. Hyman was stopped on a good tip in front. Then the Oilers get a power play of their own. Flames had been pressing at this point in the period. Hyman then gets hit by a Bouchard shot. It deflected off a Flames defender, and then it hit Zach Hyman in the ankle. Hyman ended up being okay, but there was some concern there. I know I was holding my breath for a little bit until I saw Hyman come back from under the tunnel and go back onto the ice for a shift. McDavid and Hyman with a 2-on-0, and they do not even get a shot on net. I couldn't believe it. Every time the Oilers had an on-man rush or a breakaway, they just couldn't get a shot on net. It was very frustrating to watch in terms of, the amount of opportunities Edmonton had that, they could have really broke this game open, but they just couldn't convert. Pospisil beats Pickard with a good move, but he couldn't finish. Nuge line then gets hemmed in. I thought they were having a tough second period. The Nuge line ended up with a 3-minute and 30-second shift. They were just out there for a very long time, but they bent, but they didn't break. Pickard then was slashed, and then everyone gets into a scrum. Ekholm was not having it, protecting his goalie. Perry looks irate on the Oilers bench, and it turns out that he was yelling at Evander Kane. Not quite sure what they said, but reading lips, something about turning the puck over. I do like that Corey Perry was holding guys accountable like Evander Kane on the bench. You like to see that from leaders. Corey Perry's been in 4 or 5 Stanley Cup finals in his career. He understands what it takes to win in this league. And, Evander Kane, he has been playing better, but it is good to hold certain players accountable. And when the players are doing it themselves, that's also a good thing in my opinion. End of the second period, it was 2-1 Edmonton. The shots were 28-17 in favor of the Flames, and the expected goals at this point in the game were 2.3 to 2.25 in favor of Calgary. So they had a slight edge in expected goals for, but overall it was still a pretty even game in my opinion. Even though the Flames vastly outshot the Oilers in the second, a lot of the shots weren't really high danger, and when they did get a high danger look, Calvin Pickard was there to make some saves. Flames gained a ton of momentum after the Kane penalty, but the Oilers, heading into the third period, I thought, I wasn't even worried. I thought the Oilers were going to end up with the victory tonight, and they did. In the third, Oilers start with a minute 49 of power play time. Draisaitl was stopped on a one-timer. The Oilers don't convert on their power play. Pickard was strong after a couple turnovers by Edmonton in their own end. Fogle with a fourth line shift with Ryan and Yadmark. Henrique with Hyman and McDavid. And then Henrique gets stopped on a shot off a nice play by Connor McDavid on a turnover. Connor Brown was then he was put with Nugent-Hopkins and Leon Draisaitl. They get a 3-on-1, but they don't get a shot on net. That was the story. Every time the Oilers had a odd man rush, they did not get a shot on net for some reason. Then Kadri ties the game on a power play for the Flames, 2-2. It was a tip in front. There's nothing Pickard could have done on that one. Oilers then get a power play, and Bouchard scores with his patented Bouch bomb. Nugent McDavid with the assist. That is assist number 99 for Connor McDavid. Power play ended up 2 for 6 tonight, 3-2 Edmonton at this point in the game, and the crowd was in an absolute uproar. Both fans, Oilers and Flames fans, competing to be the loudest. I loved it. Draisaitl then nullified the power play for Edmonton as they got another opportunity, but Rasmus Anderson ended up diving, and you can see my cat's tail just hanging out in front here. Tass, what are you doing, buddy? Come here. Where are you going? I have no idea where my cat's going. Everyone gets to say hi to Tass today. Then the crowd was very loud. Brown with 2 great plays on the penalty kill. Markstrom then robs Brown, and it was a terrific opportunity for Connor Brown. Leon Draisaitl found him on a 2-on-1, and Markstrom with a terrific save. Empty net for Calgary with a minute 37 left, and then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins scores into the empty net, his third point of the game, 4-2 Edmonton with 42 seconds left, and they did hold on for the victory. And my cat is deciding to climb around on my desk right now. I love it. Hi, bud. Oh, you can kind of see his ears. He's making a little cameo appearance. Hi, Tass. Say hi to everybody. Oilers win 4-2. The shots at the end of the game were 36-27 in favor of Calgary, but the expected goals were 4.05 to 3.00 in favor of the Oilers. Now, my personal 3 stars tonight. Third star, Connor McDavid. He had 2 assists. Second star, I gave to Calvin Pickard. He made 34 saves, and he had 1 goal saved above expected. I thought Calvin Pickard had a terrific bounce-back game after that game that he played against the Dallas Stars. And my number 1 star tonight was Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He had 1 goal, 2 assists, 57.74 expected goals for percentage. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins had a terrific game, and without him, the Oilers probably do not win. Next up for the Oilers, they are at home against the Vegas Golden Knights on Wednesday. So they have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off. They have 3 days off. I'm assuming they're going to be working on just, some things in practice. I'm curious to see what the lineup's going to look like against Vegas. But the fact that first place in the division is still up for grabs right now for Edmonton, the Oilers, they're going to be pushing here. And I'm very excited for that game against Vegas, just like I was against the game against Colorado. Good measuring stick game. I would love to send Vegas a message that, hey, if we end up playing them in the first round, we are not going to be an easy out, and I want to make sure that Edmonton is on track in that game. So what did you think about the game tonight? Let me know in the comments section below, as my cat continues to just be a menace on my desk right now. If you like today's post-game recap, make sure you hit like. If you really liked it, make sure you hit subscribe. And of course, before you head to bed tonight, tell someone that you love them. And I'll see you in tomorrow's day after discussion. It will be a weekend discussion. I will talk a whole bunch about the Flames game and the Avalanche game. Lots of good things, lots of positivity here in oil country. Very excited for tomorrow's video. I hope you enjoyed the video tonight. As always, I appreciate your support. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Stay safe, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.